nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, it looks like you're taking the Mississippi here. There you go.
What am I doing? I'm taking notes.
Yeah, you are taking notes and calling out roll call. Roll call.
Blankenship. Here. Joseph.
Here.
Kinsmore.
Here.
Steiner here. Godwin.
Here.
Where's Ellie? Say here.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay. A motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
What, any additions, subtractions, questions, comments?
Who's seconding? Rita?
Read it. You got this form right here.
Okay.
Call for the vote.
Let me get there. Godwin. Approval of minutes. Approval of minutes, yes, yeah. Blankenship. For approval of minutes. Yes. Thank you. Kinsmore.
Aye.
Joseph.
Aye.
Conroy.
Aye.
Steiner, aye.
Solicitor monthly report, he could not be here for this meeting. Police monthly report.
Okay, so for the month of January down here in Clinton, there were 12 house checks, 105 business checks, 42 traffic stops, 2 motor vehicle accidents, 4 welfare checks, 20 traffic citations were issued. There were 2 arrests made. There was 1 reported suspicious person and 1 animal complaint. January 22nd, our second shift stopped a vehicle for improper passing on Cleveland-Maslin near Luna Lake. After further investigation, the male was placed under arrest for OVI. And on January 24th at 5:30 p.m., a male was stopped for operating a vehicle with expired registration. After further investigation, it was discovered the male had a suspended driver's license along with an open container of alcohol inside the vehicle. The male was released with a summons and traffic cites, and the vehicle was impounded. And there were 8 traffic stops on Clinton Road for speed. Of those 8, 6 of them were cited. There were 2 citations issued for speed on South Cleveland-Maslin in Clinton, and there was 1 stop sign ticket issued in Clinton.
Thank you very much. Any questions, comments?
So you said there was 20 traffic stops this month?
Total, there was 20 traffic citations. There were 42 traffic stops this
Okay, and
month.
is that more than usual?
No, it's. If I look back at the last several months, going into last year, anywhere from, it just depends. It just varies.
Okay.
It could be a wide range. So,
Seems good, thank you.
not a problem.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Fire chief monthly report, he's not here. Street commissioner monthly report.
So this past month, had a few salting events, of course, everybody's seen the snow. Ordered some salt that was used, did some filling of some potholes, and to follow up on your guys' meeting last week as far as the parks situation and CSX. Me and John talked to, well, we actually rode the railroad bed and did some measurements and stuff. John had went over and talked to CSX, and CSX says 4 foot walking distance from a train, 7 foot for vehicle from a train. There's only 15 feet between the train tracks and the swamp that's there, which that doesn't comply with CSX distance and makes it unsafe for fire trucks to pass by the tracks safely. The gentleman, or as Ross put it, the nobody, Travis son there was the Metro Parks guy. We met with him. He was very knowledgeable in what he was doing. As far as that goes, is when me and Terry, Second Taylor, our former employee, the beer drinking buddies, we met with them and we overtalked the right of way that's there. The tree growth is quite a bit. The parks had bought that as being a conservation, so they could bring back nature to the village. And I don't know that they wouldn't bend the other way, but we have more problems with CSX and the distance between the tracks there at the swamp. So I'll turn it over to the fire department, what they want to choose to do, and Ross on
Well,
that part of
actually,
it,
it would be a safety committee,
or whoever.
concern, because that's,
Yeah, because I mean, we
we need
can't,
to go, start with one, with the committee and go from there.
because we can't fill in wetlands, they're not gonna let you do that.
Well, no, but, you know,
Is part-
maybe if we go back to, after the safety committee meets and talks about it, we go back to, the Metro Parks and talk.
Yeah, we could talk to them
Talk
about
to
your
them
first,
again. I mean, they were willing to, give up and disturb quite a bit of that conservation area when they were gonna turn it into a sewage plant and put all the pipes through all of there. So maybe we could talk.
and it may be,
Yeah.
I can't answer for them as well, I mean, all I'm telling you
I
is,
know, I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
we have one hurdle here that we have to overcome, and that's getting through with CSX, whether we can even do it, because now you're talking wetland.
Was that washout, did I hear washout, or it's getting narrower there, is that?
Well, there's one section that's about, I would say 75 to 100 feet, roughly, that is only about 15 feet from the tracks. So
Is that less than it used to be?
that I couldn't tell you. I mean, when the trains were there, we had 2 tracks, of course.
Right,
So when they shifted that north track, I don't know,
maybe they moved over.
moved over more, I can't answer that question.
are you saying like right, as where,
As soon
Where
as
the
you
entrance
get
would
past
be?
Main Street, probably maybe 300 yards in, there's a big dip in there where the swamp butts right up to it.
right,
And it
and
just
the road
drops
used
straight
to,
off
the
about
swamp was on this side,
about
and the
4
road
foot.
to go through, to get through there went the other way.
Right, and there's about a 4-foot drop off right there, maybe 5, without using
Right.
measurement instruments to
Right.
measure your depth.
Are
But
you
we
for-
still
are you
would-
for or against this road?
Huh?
Are you for or against this road?
I'm for whatever makes this village safe.
I'm just curious, I know Terry's against it, at least that's what he told me. So I'm just wondering what your thoughts were.
Well, I mean, at any given point, I mean, you have to be maintaining the safety of your employees on the fire committee. You know, they gotta be able to pass through there without any problems. And with the standards that CSX is putting out, we don't have those standards. So I don't know where you wanna go from there.
So I guess I'm more with her because I walked that path and where that swampland is, the swamp didn't just grow with the vegetation. The swamp was always there, even when the path used to be there a long time ago. And so I'm just not sure if you and Terry actually walked the old path that she's referring to, or,
I'm sure Terry knows where the old
Well,
path is.
we're,
No,
where me and Terry walked, that is an old railroad spur that came off of that. That has nothing to do with
so
what.
you didn't walk the old pathway.
Yes, we walked the old pathway, which was the old railroad spur that is all grown up now. The biggest issue is right here between Main Street and say 400 yards up from, or right by the True Value for that matter. It's right there is where the swamp is. There's not enough distance between the railroad tracks and the swamp to pass a vehicle according to CSX's, what they want, the 15 feet.
It's
So that's the
still-
takeaway from the night, is the CSX.
Right, I mean,
We
as
still
far
need
as
to-
the rest of it, yeah, I mean, you got some ground to disturb and put a road in. But your biggest goal right here is trying to get past the
That
short
one
distance of
section.
the tracks that we don't have. We have wetland that's right there, and they're not gonna let you fill in that wetland. And you don't have enough distance between that and the railroad tracks according to what we measured and what we felt was safe.
Well, I'm glad you're investigating, we'll keep on with it.
Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so
Kevin.
much.
Any other questions, comments? All right, thank you very much. Fiscal officer report. Matt, do you have any thoughts?
I've got nothing at this
Okay.
time.
All right, unfinished business, anybody, any side?
I don't think it comes under unfinished.
Okay,
Well, you know what, maybe it does, for old business or something. We had, looked at, our meeting schedule, and we, at that time, didn't realize that there was going to be a primary. There's going to be a primary here, in March. March 19th. And that would be the on my calendar. March 19th would be the third Tuesday of the month. So, I would like to motion that we move our meetings that are currently scheduled for Tuesday, March 19th to Thursday, March 21st, because we can't have those meetings if there's going to be an election here, polling place here.
do we have a second?
Second.
Questions, comments? Call for the vote.
Conroy,
Aye.
Snyder, aye. Godwin,
Aye.
Blankenship, aye. Joseph,
Aye.
Dinsmore.
Aye.
Motion passes. Any other unfinished business? Mayor's communications. I guess I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna bring a few highlights. Ross, I'm assuming you're gonna cover the Christina Rogner here.
Oh, we can, or you can.
Okay, I'll cover it when it comes to the council reports. Ross contacted Christina Rogner's office and about the training issues. And so she came down here, and he actually announced as a public meeting because, for the addition for all of us to be able to join, and a few of us did come down here and join. What was really good about that, one of the takeaways I got with that, with the posting, is that we did have quite a few citizens show up, including ones that were directly affected by the train stop on the tracks. So, it was very well received. Her background, there's a couple things really good about Christina Rogner. There's a lot of things, she's fantastic. I've met her before, she's a fantastic person. But she was on the two highlights, is they had a similar issue in Hudson. She was on council up there. And so she's gotten me in touch with the her engineer that was there and their IT person. I'm gonna meet with them, I forget when, 2 or 3 weeks from now. They're gonna look over the bill and see what they recommend that we could do about the issues we have with trains. Now, with her being in the State House, she also is on transportation, and so she's the perfect person to handle this. I did also on Tuesday, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, meet with Camila de Sykes. This past Tuesday, she was at her mayor's morning breakfast, and she's in Congress, and she's also a wonderful person. Before she's going to name on a ballot that I knew, but meeting her in person, she's great. She's also the only person from Ohio on the transportation committee, so she's also offered to help. I wait getting them both in touch. I'm gonna wait to see what happens with the engineer from Hudson when I meet with him. But they have a lot of ideas. One of the things I think I like the best that is doable, completely doable, is in Hudson, where they have the train issue, they actually have a sign at some of the intersections notifying you there's train on the tracks. So if you're coming down Clinton Road and you see that there's trains on the tracks, you may decide to go the other way. And I took that one step further and this is just an idea, I don't even know if it exists, but I like to throw out stuff that doesn't exist. Sometimes people say, yes, it does, and it's not that expensive. But those those LED billboards or these LED signs that you see in front of churches now, you see in front of a lot of places.
Heated owls.
Yeah, stuff like that. Well, if they could show that with the tracks and the intersections, and then have a moving target with trains moving or sitting, you know exactly what's happening. If I saw that and said, it's going northbound, I'm gonna head south. Or just the opposite, so you have some idea where it's at, or how many intersections. I think that'd be fantastic. Don't know if it's doable, but I'm going to talk to them and ask them about it. So there's some things like that came up, and I'm sure you might have more to add when we get to your section. But I just wanted to bring that up. So there's a bunch of us actively seeing what we can do about this issue, especially with train stopping, since legally there's nothing we can do to CSX, but we might be able to do things to make our lives easier as we're dealing with the issue. I'd also like to bring up, next item here is Monday, April 8th is a solar eclipse, probably one of the biggest ones we're going to see in a long time. And I have a few more details on it. I think we're at the southern part of that, but it's going to be a 124 mile wide band going through Ohio. Somebody told me that Wadsworth, every hotel in Wadsworth is already booked up. So this area is going to be a big tourist attraction. We're looking at the last total solar eclipse in Ohio was 1806. The next one's going to be 2099. I don't know if you plan to stick around for that, but I may not make that one. So, but this one will start April 8, 2024. It will start at 3:10 p.m. near Greensville, Ohio, Indiana. In Dark County, it should reach Cleveland by 3:15 and Pennsylvania by 3:18. So something to keep in mind, I would say anybody listening or watching, I heard you can go on Amazon, get glasses, do not view it directly.
Right during bus call.
What?
Right during bus call.
Yeah. Well, are you guys, are the schools out? I mean, I know most of the schools are out. Really, Northwest still in that day?
Yeah.
A lot of schools have canceled classes all day, so.
So far they haven't.
Okay.
If they have, they didn't let the staff know.
Well, you may be surprised. Okay, another item. I don't know how many of you been getting your property taxes. How many of you enjoyed the, holy cow, how big that increase was. But anyways, with your tax status, this paper might have come with it. How to dispute property values. And the essence of it, hopefully you have a copy of this, but the essence of it, you have till April 1st, Monday, April 1st, to dispute this. You can call downtown Sutherland County and see what you can do about changing your property values.
You have to go down there.
You have to go down, yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
So, there's that. The last time last meeting, I brought up that our police department would like for us to contact us for the police on the website. I don't know if you guys have thought that over, thought if you'd like to do that, but that is something that I think is a really good idea. If I can probably type committee meeting.
That would be under community development.
Okay, that's the next meeting, isn't it? Okay, wonderful. Okay, and I do have one more item. I got in your packet, at the back, you see a rails to trails. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this, but the old, there UT train tracks went underneath Route 21, went to Orville. Anyways, right after that page, there's a letter of support. This all it is just saying we as a village would like to see this link come through for them to get the funding. And they've asked if I could sign this and send this back. I would like the council, and we need this approved this week actually, council to approve me signing that, sending it back to them. It's going to help them getting the funding they need to complete the trail. That trail, so far, I've ridden parts of it. Actually, I used to jump on up there in Marshallville and head into Orville, And it is a very nice trail what's done already, they still have more to
So this
complete.
is Wayne County.
Yes.
Gonna be extended into Summit?
It is, this other dot up here, right, goes to Southern Cal versus Clinton, towards the top left-hand corner of your page, or right-hand corner, I'm sorry.
Right.
Right-hand corner, those three dots there, it's gotta go underneath 21 to get there, and that, they're applying for funding for this.
Do you have a sample of are you just gonna use the letter that you
Yeah,
sent?
yeah,
Do you have a
I'll
sample
have
of
Sue
that?
I'll have Sue put it on our letterhead, and I'll sign it, and email it out to them.
Okay, but truly, the letter simply just states that we are supporting them.
Right. Mhm.
I'd just like to see what I'm asking for approval.
That's why I had a copy of this put in here.
Well, I meant a
Yeah.
copy of the letter, so
Oh.
that we knew what,
Oh, is he?
is there just a link?
No, the letter right here is right here.
Oh, it's in yours, but it's not in mine.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I don't know how that got missed.
Exactly. I motion that we, authorize and direct the mayor to sign this letter, supporting the rails to trails to come through that part of Clinton.
Yeah. Thank you. Ellen, seconded. Any questions, comments at this point?
Where's the trail gonna go through Clinton at?
You know, down there at the, Wells drilling service, there's a part along the old track that kind of rusty rails and come back through this trail and connect. My understanding is connecting up to the, towpath trail.
Okay.
We'll just come in down there and then I just, people like it, and it could bring more tourism to the village eventually maybe, or, I mean, people are being healthy. They're
So it's
using
gonna be
it.
by the industrial area?
Yeah.
How's the septic down that way? Reason I'm asking is because like Canal Fulton, Maslin, lots of towns up north, they profit off of that trail. I was just wondering if somebody could put in like a little concession stand or something down there for the people that come in on this trail, that does become a success.
Yeah, that'd be up to zoning. One of the things that stopped us, because I've talked to people that are coming through town, saying, is there any place to eat around here? It's like, and they come by bicycle, they're actually traveling, there's a big event, show from Cincinnati to Cleveland, and they go right through here. And unfortunately, I've got to tell them, you must stay on the trail, go down to Canal Fulton, or go to
Instead of right
Barberton.
there.
And so, we do have trouble opening up, even though these are here. Putting a restaurant in is a little bit difficult with our, not with our zoning, but with our water situation.
There's a
Actually-
motion on the floor, we should vote on.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay, call for the vote.
Yeah, this is basically a motion, just reiterate the motion. Motion to let Mayor McDaniel sign a letter supporting Rails to Trails for Wayne County. Blankenship.
Aye.
Dinsmore.
Aye.
Godwin.
Aye.
Steiner. Yay. Conroy.
Aye.
Joseph.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
To your question there, now that Summit County has kind of, lifted their foot off of our neck
Mhm.
and is allowing package plants and that type of stuff, we may see more of that opening up, because we have there's pre-existing restaurant.
And the
downtown,
Lindbach
right?
buildings are gonna be the test, right? We've
They're
got
gonna be the
that
test,
planned.
right,
That
and if that's going to move, then if those people that own that stuff down there, if they wanna put their package plant in, get that stuff up and running, it's not that it isn't undoable, it's not that it's not doable. Down in that area, zoning, if they have the right stuff,
Sure.
it could go.
Yeah, I see all the money Canal Fulton's making from all the people that are going through there. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, they're getting a lot of people spending money, and having that tax revenue would be nice.
It would, and now that if we can move forward, and if the health department, is approving those package plans, And so it's just getting through Summit County, building and all of that. And we could start opening up again.
If anybody wants to, see if anybody wants to do something there and they want some idea of the best way to do it, I would stop at Peninsula and talk to those restaurants, see what they're doing. Because Peninsula, I don't want to compare them to us in a lot of respects, but I want to compare them in this respect. Their sewer situation is a lot worse than ours. The way their land falls makes it very difficult. You know how tough it is to put a sewer in, public sewer in here. Theirs is probably 10 times tougher. So that's something to look at. Okay, any council communications and council communications? Anybody?
None at this time for me.
Okay. Ross, do you want to expound on anything about Christie Roaders?
Not yet, because I still wanna talk to more people. The very first thing we have to do is we have to lift the non-camera rule that I guess the last council voted for. Because to do any further research for the training, we're gonna need to put up a couple cameras to see how often the trains not only go by, how fast they are, but how often they're stopped. Before we can get any help.
We have that ability now. The website that was sent to us that shows the state map and it shows the tracks, we need to self-report. So
Correct.
we need to get the fire department or whoever we so pick to do that and start self-reporting. The camera itself is not the way to, the way the state's gathering that data is for us to enter into that website.
That's correct, but how would we do that? I don't have time to stand down there and count. So if we got a camera that recorded it, I will donate my time and I'll even donate the money for the camera because it needs to be done. But you need to go back and watch and see how many times that train's blocked, how often it's blocked.
Different and wrong aren't the same. It sounds like the fire department knows all the time when that's there. They could be the ones entering it.
I don't really want to rely on them, though. They got a much more important job than to watch a train. I just don't see the hold up on putting a camera up to watch the train.
I mean, anybody can do that too. I mean, if we had 4 people document at the same time, it's gonna be documented once on that website. Anybody can do that. What the website is telling us today is nobody feels, they probably don't know about it, but there's no reports for our crossings of.
No, there's not. I mean,
Well,
So
yes,
until
we need
that
to get that
happens-
information out to our residents.
Yeah, we can do that. I have that link. I
but
think that'd be a great
we're
first
not gonna
step.
get anywhere until we have actual numbers to be able to show them.
You said something that I'm confused about. You said a no camera rule. What are you I never
I
heard
was
that.
told that the last council voted that the mayor or nobody could put up
Yeah,
cameras.
we were talking about cameras last year and that guy, it said no cameras, it's voted on.
Well, if that were true,
No, it was.
we have cameras.
Where?
It was, that was never done.
Yeah, where did you say you couldn't?
Yeah, we have cameras
We
in the
just-
village, like, for example, the, drugs at the, fire station are under camera, so that we can monitor any theft situations.
Yeah.
So there
We
are
just,
some cameras.
yeah, we need,
But like I said, I'll donate the money myself personally as a personal citizen. We need to get a camera up, and we talked to the fire department. We put a camera up there on the corner, we could monitor that train track, we could look at it, and if it doesn't go anywhere, it's not one dime out of this village's pocket.
we just have,
I'll flip it
our IT department needs to be in control of cameras in the village. No government official should have access to cameras. That should go right to the IT, through our IT department.
Say that again now?
We would have to have somebody that can go through all of that feed, just to sit and watch.
Yeah, somehow they need to report it to this website, so it's gonna be real time, or somebody's gonna go back on the camera and then
if we throw the link out there, there are a lot of people upset about the tracks.
Right.
And they
Yeah.
would, and there's people who are home all day, who are retired, things like that, there are plenty of people who
Yeah,
witness that, you know, the comings and goings of the tracks, that they could go online and they could report it.
couldn't we put the
I'm
live
sure
feed
they'd be
on our
more than happy
website?
to.
It was something to ask our web guy, but I'm sure we could.
Could we put signs by the track that says, if a train's on the tracks, report
Yeah,
to this?
That-
blah, blah,
There's
blah.
already a sign there that says something similar to that.
Well, that's,
That's how I called, and I'm sure the 2 reports that are here is probably the ones that I made.
We could update that sign with that link to go to report it as well. Make it, you know, I mean, I know we already have something, but if we could make it more prominent, more something that's gonna attract attention a little bit more, putting it at, you know,
but you gotta have it at 3 tracks,
I was gonna say, we needed it at
3 crossings there.
3 crossings. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
if you
saying,
have, if you have people at the Main Street crossing, you have people at the Chippewa crossing, you have people at the Second Street crossing, and everyone's reporting it, that's gonna be more reports, right? So, that, I think that might be an economical way to go. Get all the information that we want on the sign to say, report it here, well, you
well,
know.
I gotta say, if you're seeing a train track, you can get on your phone, log into a website, and report it. That's probably the, you know, yeah,
That's
if
legal.
those numbers climb really high, that would be a great, case for our cause. Great case. Cause for a case? I don't know.
Without any of that, we're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
But
And
so,
we can sit around and talk about all the great things we can do, but until something's actually done, nothing's gonna happen.
Roadways is something the entire village is on,
mhm.
you know, has affected everybody recently.
So,
Upset a lot of people, so if we, I mean, if they're aware of this, you're gonna have people who are gonna take part. You know what I mean?
so let's put together some verbiage
Instead of just
to
going on
put
the
on our
reports,
website,
talking.
to put up there.
Sharing their grief, you know, they can.
Yeah, I
they-
do
they
like
see how
that.
they can help, basically, if you give people an outlet to make a difference, you might.
I'll find the site again and I'll send it to all of us.
Okay, sounds good. All right, anything else, council communications, committee reports?
Okay, I do, anybody, need articles in by March? No, well, I need to have, so, where's my calendar?
I don't know what that deadline date was.
If you have your articles to me by the 29th, I can have everything, put together and it's, in time.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, I'm looking at March, I need February, sorry, 'cause I need to have it. So, give me a couple of days, 27th. You can have your articles to me by February 27th, then I can get it to them by the deadline after I do all the stuff I need to get, pictures and stuff.
Okay, thank you very much. Anything else? Let's move on to,
Oh. Just in case anybody's not aware, it's for plans in whatever department your street department, your whatever department might have for events, through May, the end of May. So of course I'll cover all the, Memorial Day events, does, usually the articles I take care of, and anything else. There you go.
thank you very much. Anything else? Okay, citizen comments, nobody signed up to, for comments? Moving die unless you change your mind. Okay, we'll let you. Resolutions or ordinances?
There's no legislation at this time.
New business. Nothing at this time. Council general discussion. get your solar eclipse glasses online. I haven't looked for them yet, but that's what I heard.
Got a welder's hood.
Okay, oh, that's perfect.
You got a what? Welder's hood.
Oh,
Yeah, before Amazon, last solar eclipse I was at, I remember, somebody had 2 welder's glasses they put together to see through, and they actually had them, so protect your eyes, that's all I'm saying about that. Presentation of purchase orders and bills for approval.
Thank you, Mayor. I point council's attention to a couple, larger bills that we had this month. Village of Lakemore, that is for a radio grant through the fire department, so, different communities in Summit County are, helping fund. That's a $12,050 charge to us. Multiple communities, are donating for a radio project for fire departments. Lakemore is the one, spearheading that for the communities. So that's our charge there. And the second charge I'll bring your attention to is OHM Advisors. That's mostly for our engineering for our sidewalk project that's going on. $750 of that $10,450 is for our monthly fee. Our total payments this past pay period, $55,267.92. Ask for a motion to approve the bills as presented.
Second.
I was gonna make the motion, but I also have a question.
Go with your question first.
On the OHM, the sidewalk, now, once we get the grant, will that, part of that will be
Part of
reimbursed
that,
to us, won't it?
correct.
Okay,
I think we already got that money. We already got the payment from the Summit County. Now we're just going
Yeah.
through the steps.
okay,
Which
so,
includes engineering.
but this is not out of the general fund, this is out of the
Correct.
grant, just for clarification.
And as a note for that, if I could add this in, we met, was it last week? Yeah, was that last week?
That was, I believe, the.
Last Tuesday, wasn't it? Or last Thursday?
15th?
Okay, we met with all the respective, contractors last Thursday, or 2 weeks ago Thursday, and this coming Thursday is when they turn their bid in, at 10 a.m. if anybody wanted to be here to see that exciting event. I've been in before, it's not that exciting, but they do hand in their packets and we, award the bid then.
Where does the sidewalk being done at?
This is, it's gonna go from the Veterans Park up here to the fire station. Now, our funds will not cover the whole trip, so we're gonna go from the Veterans Park as far as we can. We cover the south side of Main Street there. So, some of it's already been done over there on Erie, or it's not called Erie, that little short strip, Van Buren, maybe it's still called that, but
Out here,
yeah,
it's called Fulton.
Fulton Road,
Fulton Road,
okay,
right
all
there.
right.
Yeah,
it's
just
short.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so we had that short spot. Part of that was done a few years back, and the whole idea was to connect the park to the park, all the way. We've done a lot of sidewalks here, and that's our next stage. So, go ahead. Any questions, comments on the purchase orders and bills?
So, I have, Dinsmore making the motion, and then I have Ellen seconding the motion to pay the bills as presented.
Any call for the vote?
Blankenship,
Aye.
Dinsmore,
Aye.
Joseph,
Aye.
Conroy,
Aye.
Godwin,
Aye.
Steiner. Aye. Thank you.
We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. So we got a second, okay. Do you think you guys want to hang out here tonight?
It didn't sound like it.
No.